In today's video, we're going to be looking at 10 of the best scenes from the Marvel movies. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is fantastic. So many characters that we loved from the comics were made into on-screen versions of themselves, and without a doubt, it was more than amazing. The movies are literally perfect, and there is personally not a lot that I would change about them. There are sad moments, exciting battles, and amazing cinematic shots as well. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some of the best moments. But keep in mind, this is totally based on opinions, and you could think that something on this list is bad and doesn't deserve to be here. But let's go ahead and get into it. Number 1. Thor Ragnarok is probably one of my favorite movies from the Marvel franchise, and it's basically all down to the humor of Chris Hemsworth, the actor who played Thor. One of the best moments from Thor in this movie has to be his reaction when he saw that he would be facing Hulk in the Contest of Champions. It really was amazing. Thor was just like, "Oh, he's a friend from work," and he thinks that Hulk isn't going to attack him. But needless to say, he's forced into a battle that he really doesn't want to take part in.
Hey! We know each other! He's a friend from work!
The entire scene is great, but the line that we get from Thor just makes it that much more perfect. Fun fact, did you know that the line that Thor said was actually thought of by a Make-A-Wish kid that was visiting on set? Number 2. The moment from Captain America Civil War where Steve Rogers stops Bucky from flying away in a helicopter truly was amazing. He grabs the chopper and stops Bucky from flying away, showing how strong he is and also showing that he has a pure heart of gold. At this moment in the film, Bucky was triggered into becoming the crazy Winter Soldier, but Captain America didn't want to see his friend go, so he tries to stop him. This truly was a great scene. Number 3. The opening scene of Guardians of the Galaxy is probably one of my favorite scenes from any movie. We get to see Peter Quill dancing around to some cassette tapes that was given to him by his mother, and it's really great. The classic soundtrack from Guardians of the Galaxy is just amazing, and it really is what makes the movies so good. The big opening to Guardians of the Galaxy shows off the soundtrack amazingly, and to be honest, it's so great to get to see Star-Lord dancing around, showing off his pretty groovy dance moves. Number 4. When everyone tries to lift Thor's hammer off the ground in Avengers Age of Ultron, it really was a pretty great moment. Not only because it was funny, but also because it shows us that the team had actually become friends and they were not just colleagues anymore. The scene is pretty great to watch just for the laughs, honestly. But it's great purely because it shows us that the Avengers really did become one, and they were not just people that worked with each other anymore. It's also pretty hilarious that almost everyone thinks they'll be able to pick up Mjolnir, and they couldn't do it, so Thor just laughs because he knew all along that nobody would be able to do it. They were not worthy.
Nothing.
Number 5. Black Panther is a pretty great hero, and what makes him so great is his pretty awesome looking suit. The moment in the movie where T'Challa tries on his new suit that his sister made him was really great. She makes him do a bunch of tests, which are pretty awesome, but her brother doesn't take it that way, because he feels like a guinea pig that's testing out her latest take on the suit. However, the suit was pretty epic, and it ended up becoming the suit that he wears throughout the movie.
Delete that footage.
Number 6. This next moment is a pretty funny one, but it comes from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and it's when Yondu shouts, "I'm Mary Poppins, y'all." It really was quite hilarious. The funny part though, Yondu didn't actually know who Mary Poppins was, and he was under the impression that she was some kind of a cool dude, so Peter just says, "Yeah, he's pretty cool." He probably didn't want to break Yondu's heart and tell him that he thought he looked like a woman.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
Number 7. When Killmonger comes to Wakanda and takes his spot as king, he had to take part in a brawl with T'Challa to prove that he was strong enough to lead. It turns out that he actually does end up beating T'Challa, which a lot of people didn't expect. At this moment, it became pretty clear to us how much blood Killmonger had on his hands, because each scar that he had on his body represented a life that he had taken. He had taken so many lives to get where he was right now, and he was living for it. To beat T'Challa and become a leader was all he wanted. He had a lot of scars, so I can assume that T'Challa was probably pretty scared, and he might have realized that he wasn't going to win the battle. Number 8. The Battle of New York during Avengers was pretty awesome. However, one of my favorite parts from this battle had to be when Bruce Banner turned into the Hulk. Cap says to Banner, "Now would be a good time to get angry," and Banner then turns around with a smirk on his face and says, "That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry."
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.
And then, out of nowhere, he transforms into Hulk and walks off to do some killing. Number 9. The first Iron Man movie wasn't the best, we can't lie, but it was still pretty great and has some amazing moments. My favorite moment from the movie has to be the ending when Tony Stark says, "I am Iron Man." Nobody in the movie expected him to come out and say that he was Iron Man, even though everybody watching the movie knew it all along. The reporters that were listening to him talk didn't expect him to say anything about it, and that's why the moment's so great. Tony Stark really threw caution to the wind and changed everything, and it was great.
I am Iron Man.
Number 10. The Guardians of the Galaxy movies are totally different from any other movie from the MCU. Groot is a great character from the storyline, but I must admit, I prefer him a lot more in his baby form, just because he was so adorable. The opening scene to Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was amazing, because we get to see baby Groot dancing around, and it was a glorious sequence. The way he's just dancing to the music, not realizing anything is going on behind him, is just pure awesomeness. That's all for today's video though. What did you think of this list? Let us know in the comments below with your favorite scenes from any of the Marvel movies. With that being said, this is the end of the video, so we will see you in the next one.